Interview with Michael Thurber, 19th of November, 2:38 p.m. You knew one Richard Pickman?
I did.
And how did you know him?
I took one of his classes.
And what was the class in?
Painting.
How would you describe your relationship?
At first it was formal. After a while we became friends. But on our last encounter I pledged never to see him again.
Why is that?
He scared me.
You are aware of his recent disappearance, yes?
I am?
So do you know what happened to him?
No.
Are you sure?
I don't know specifically what happened to him, no, but I can warrant a guess.
Mr. Thurber, you were the last person to see Richard Pickman alive.
I don't doubt that.
So you'd best tell us what it is that you believe happened to him.
I can't do that.
Then you leave me with little choice.
No, I can't do that without telling you the whole story, right from the very beginning. There were 5 of us in that classroom. There was Joseph Minot. He was all mild and mousy. I never heard more than a few words from him, but I do believe he was industrious, always working on his next project. And then there was Miss Reed. She was old and neat. She fussed over the smallest things. You could tell she came from the rich part of the neighborhood. I don't think she ever really belonged in an art class. Oh, then there was Ellen Wasworth. Oh, she was fun. She had bright eyes, bright smile. She was attractive and she knew it, the kind of girl who breaks too many hearts. And then there was Howard Phillips. He was completely full of himself. He couldn't take direction from anyone, even Pickman himself. He believed himself to be the perfect artist. And then there was Pickman himself. We were all really excited because we knew how lucky we were to be in his class, but it seems some of us turned out to be luckier than others.
It takes profound art, insight into nature, to turn out work that is worthy of appreciation. Any magazine cover hack can splash paint on a canvas, call it a nightmare or a witch's sabbatical or a portrait of a demon, but only a real painter can make such a thing scare or ring true. That's because only a great artist knows the actual anatomy of fear, the physiology of the terrible, the exact lines and proportions to connect up with the latent instincts, the hereditary memories of fright, proper colour contrast, lighting effects to stir the dormant sense of strangeness. I don't need to tell you why a fusilli can really make us shudder, while a cheap ghost story frontispiece will only make us laugh.
Some artists can capture something beyond life, and they're able to make us capture it too, even if it's only for a moment. Sime had it, Doré had it, Angarola of Chicago had it. And my God, Richard Pickman had it, as no man has ever had it. And I hope to God, he never will again.
But Mr. Pickman, Vasily said nature is a collective idea, and though its essence inhabits each individual of the species, it can never in its perfection inhabit any single object.
I don't need you quoting Vasily at me. He didn't paint objects. He painted those collective ideas, expressed them through those objects. What objects do you see in his portraits?
Okay, cats, dogs, horses, angels too.
What ideas do you read? Nightmares, terror, dread. But no, what have you prepared for me? What is this?
It's a scene. I see it from my apartment window.
I can see that it's a scene. This is precisely what I'm talking about. Objects. A painting full of objects. It's a painting of nothing. I mean, this is complete garbage. You think you can splash paint on a canvas, call yourself an artist? There's no ideas. There's no originality. You've not compelled me to feel anything except frustration at your ineptitude.
Avatar. Not everyone has the makings of a great artist, despite the opinions of David Bailey.
He's trying his best. Don't be so cruel to him.
There is no cruelty in art. Only truth. I don't want to suffer the talentless to waste my time. These are simple concepts. You just could not fathom them.
I don't like that man. Something about him is off. And his paintings, they just turn my stomach.
Don't let him get on your nerves or harrow up your imagination. He's a man, just like any other man.
A man, is he? I severely doubt that.
That was the last I ever saw of Joseph Minot. He never came back to class.
Do you think he could have held a grudge against Pickman?
Possibly, but he couldn't have anything to do with your investigation. He was too soft and sweet. He would never take revenge on his teacher. Ellen?
How did you know that?
Well, who else in this class would subjugate themselves to such a silly game?
Do you think I'm silly?
No, not at all.
Oh, I wanted to say, it was really unfair, the bad treatment treated Joe. Any chance you can ask him to lighten up?
Why me?
You are his favorite student.
What on earth gave you that idea?
He gave everyone such a hard time that there are some of them are too of themselves to realize it. Isn't that you?
He never gives me any praise.
He never spat abuse at you either. Who else can boast that?
Look, I just don't think it's my place. He's the famous artist. He knows best.
Oh, whatever.
Oh, morning, you two.
Hey.
Slaving away, I see, as all those great artists do. Oh, I love what you've got there. You know, I think you're really getting what Pickman was saying. You know, paint ideas, not objects. Good on you.
All right, everyone. Sit down, Phillips. Subject for today. Drawing from a photograph. It's very useful. Where is Reed?
She must be running late.
It's a very useful technique for achieving realism. Of course, that sort of thing will only get you so far, but when you can begin to match photorealism with the visceral imagery found in depictions of... It appears you will also need a very vivid imagination if you want to get the desired effect from your audience.
If realism is so important to you, why then do you paint such horrific imagery?
We all knew his style. We knew how he became so infamous. He would create the most intricate hellscapes imaginable. To gaze upon them would freeze you to the bone, would turn your stomach. I mean, the man was clearly a genius, but there must have been something deeply sick about him. If he were able to paint like that.
Realism and the macabre go hand in hand. Most people, they look at a photo and they'll see a loved one or a smiling child, but they'll forget that family member may one day break his neck, the child incur a disease that causes internal bleeding. Reality is the most despicable thing imaginable. Realism is our attempt to capture that.
I don't think that's very appropriate, Mr. Pickman.
Do you not?
No.
Can I tell you what I consider inappropriate? Coming late into my class, blurting out the opinions of an ignorant fool, and bringing out a picture of this damn mongrel dog!
He's not a mongrel!
He's a beautiful spaniel.
If you had any artistic sense whatsoever, you would create an image of the dog drowning or breaking the bone. You would mix his blood into the paint and then paint a picture of the dog being eaten by a rat. Do you know what is offensive? You are offensive to me.
Mr. Pickman, I am leaving this class. I expect to receive a full refund. If you do not provide me with one, you shall hear shortly from my lawyers.
Would anyone care to join Miss Reed? Good. All right, Phillips, what have you been preparing? See, you're meeting your usual standard.
Thank you, Mr. Pickman.
Terrible. Projects for next week. Draw from a photograph. And God help you if any one of you draws a picture of a dog. Remember, ideas, not objects.
Pickman was growing more and more intense, but it didn't bother me at the time. He intrigued me. I wanted to be able to paint like him, but how? How does one create such dark imagery?
Do you think he ever did kill a dog?
That Richard Pickman killed a dog? No, I don't believe so.
Do you think he ever killed a person?
You'd best let me finish my tale, Detective Elliot. It had been 2 weeks since Miss Reed had left the class. Those of us who remained believed we had the fortitude to see the course through to its conclusion. We didn't know how wrong we could be.
I have got it! I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to crack him! Do you know what? I'm going to crack him through that hard exterior. If he doesn't smile today, throw me to the wolves. But I know I have got it! It's going to be great!
You're going to make Richard Pickman laugh. I'll believe that when I see it.
Ah, I have something special for him. Shh, he's coming. It's going to be awesome!
Hope none of you are going to disappoint me with your projects today. Thurber, what have you prepared for me?
I took a photo of a man standing across the road from my house. He was encased in darkness. I couldn't make out any of the features, so I committed his nameless features to canvas, and...
Now, Rosworth, hope you've put in as much effort as Thurber here.
Yes.
What is this?
Oh my god.
It's a self-portrait. Don't you like it?
What possessed you to do this?
You wanted a painting from a photograph, and I know I'm the only one who are willing to pose nude. Do you want to see a photograph?
You have no idea what makes an artist, do you? You were making a mockery of my studio.
Oh, come on, Dick. Smile with me. Dance with me. Oh, come on, darling. Smile with me. Woohoo! Come on, Mr. Pickman. Hey.
Hey, why don't you just dance with her? Don't you know
You're
what
a
Nietzsche
disgrace,
said?
Rosworth!
Okay, let me remind you what Nietzsche said about considering every truth false that was not accompanied by at least one laugh, and every, just have fun a little.
Nietzsche was dim-witted, and so are you. Everything I have suffered, everything I have sacrificed, everything I have given up to be where I am, to be the subject of your fun! Remove yourselves from my classroom! Never seek my company again! Michael, not you. You stay. You, Michael. You're the only one who's worthy of being my pupil, my protege, maybe even my equal. Those vile imbeciles are weak-willed and blind. There are things I could show you.
We will be able to change the world.
Change the world with our art. This planet needs our genius. I wish for you to come to my house this evening. I will show you my private collections. You're very surprised if your outlook has not changed somewhat by the course of the evening. Now, some of the things that I do there may be frowned upon, so you must promise not to go by taxi. You must travel on foot. I do not wish undue attention be drawn to that residence.
So did you go to his house?
I had little choice. Besides, I was fond of him. At least I was at the time.
So every student but you had been sent away.
Knowing what I know now, I wish I'd been sent away too. I had no idea what Pickman had done, what he had seen, in order to create the art that he did. But that night, I would see things that I wish I had never seen.